If homework feels like a nightly battle in your home, you're not alone. In this video, we'll look at why focus can fall apart after school and what actually helps. By the time your child gets home, they've already spent hours listening, switching tasks, following directions, and managing themselves. That kind of mental load can look like staring into space, forgetting the first step, or melting down over something small. What looks like defiance is often a tired brain running low on fuel and struggling to keep going. When we see it that way, it becomes easier to respond with support instead of pressure. Sometimes the problem isn't the homework itself, it's everything happening around it. A loud room, a cluttered table, a sibling nearby, or a tablet in sight can keep pulling attention away. Even the kitchen can be tricky when people are walking through, talking, or starting dinner right beside the work. For a child who's already mentally stretched, that extra friction can be enough to stop focus before it starts. Another barrier is what we can think of as an infinite task horizon. The work feels huge before your child even starts. If the assignment is vague, long, or open-ended, the brain can't easily see where to begin or how it will end. That uncertainty often turns into stalling, negotiating, wandering off, or saying they'll do it later. It's not that the child won't work, the task just feels too wide to hold all at once. There's also a reward problem. Some tasks ask for a lot of effort, but give very little immediate payoff. When homework feels repetitive or dull, the brain naturally drifts towards something more stimulating, like movement, conversation, or a screen. That doesn't mean your child can't focus. It often means this task isn't rewarding enough to hold attention on its own. Once you understand that mismatch, the behavior starts to make a lot more sense. Working memory is like a mental notepad that holds information for a short time while we use it. If a child hears 3 or 4 steps in a row, some of that information may fade before they begin. That's why you might hear, "I forgot what I'm supposed to do," even when they were listening a moment ago. The challenge isn't always effort. Sometimes the instructions simply don't stay available long enough. The good news is that homework struggles often ease when we change the setup around the task, not just the expectations. Small, consistent changes can reduce friction, build momentum, and make evenings feel calmer for everyone. Start by cleaning the canvas. A calmer space gives the brain less to filter out. That might mean clearing the table, turning off nearby screens, and keeping only the materials needed for this assignment. The goal isn't a perfect study room. It's a setup that makes the next right step easier to see. Next, shrink the horizon. Instead of one big assignment, turn the work into small, concrete steps. Write down what comes first, what comes next, and what done will actually look like. A task that feels finishable is much easier for a child to start. You can also externalize time. A visual timer makes effort feel visible instead of abstract. Short work intervals with a clear stop point can feel much safer than asking for an open-ended block of concentration. When children can see the finish line, they're more likely to stay with the task. Breaks can help too, especially when they involve movement. A quick reset can wake the brain back up. Think stretching, walking to get water, or a few jumping jacks, not disappearing into a game or video. The best break lowers stress and preserves momentum at the same time. As you make these changes, look for early wins that are easy to miss. Progress may show up as starting faster, arguing less, or recovering more smoothly after frustration. Those shifts matter because they show the system is getting easier for your child to manage. Over the next 2 or 3 weeks, track patterns instead of judging each night on its own. Notice when homework goes better, what time of day helps, which setup works, and what kinds of tasks create the most strain. Those patterns can guide smarter support because you'll see what your child responds to best. If homework is consistently hard, Even with strong routines and support, there may be more going on than motivation alone. A cognitive assessment can help explain how attention, working memory, and processing demands are affecting your child's experience. That kind of insight can make support more targeted, more realistic, and far less guesswork driven. The goal isn't perfect homework nights. It's to understand what your child is up against and make the task easier for their brain to manage. Start with small changes, watch the patterns, and if the struggle continues, seek support that fits your child. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. For further questions and inquiries, you may contact us at 65646533 or 8614-7651, or visit www.cognitive.com.sg.